From Careco TV, one of the longest-running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventure. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. Nestled in the scenic Flint Hills of southeastern Kansas is an outdoorsman's paradise called Flint Oak. Stocked full of high-flying upland birds, Flint Oak is arguably America's premier hunting resort.
You know, Flint Oak, it doesn't get much better than this. I mean, this is a beautiful place in a beautiful setting. The lodge is extravagant. It is 5-star service, 5-star food. Everybody here bends over backwards to help you out.
Gathered here at the 5-star Flint Oak Resort are Ted Gardner from Garmin Tritronics and his new buddies, the legendary bird dog trainers Rick and Ronnie Smith.
First of all, my grandfather, Dutch Epperson, was my grandfather, which was born in 1902. He was a bird dog trainer. His brother, Bud Epperson, he was a bird dog trainer. Dad became a dog trainer. Ronnie's father, he is a bird dog trainer. So it was about what else would you go do besides train bird dogs?
It's a little bit cold. A couple days ago it was 70 degrees. Today I think it's about 30 and about 30-mile-an-hour wind, but we're going to give it a try and go out and see if the birds are flying.
The first day that we were here, it was interesting. 2 or 3 days before, Susanna and I had been in South Texas guiding wild quail hunts, and it was 84 degrees. So we come up here to Kansas, and it's about 29 degrees. The wind's blowing 25 miles an hour, so to acclimate to that was difficult. The dogs that we were running, not a single dog had ever seen a pheasant, so there was some transition on the pheasant too.
Once we get into the field, gentlemen, I'll ask you to load. Everybody keep the guns on safety. As we push through the field, once the dogs establish a point, we'll maintain a straight line pushing up to the dogs. We'll kick the birds up, make the birds take flight, take your gun off safety, and safely shoot those birds clearly above horizon. Horizon, I mean a little bit of the blue sky underneath the barrel for a good safe shot above the dog's back.
Good rules. Great.
All right.
Great.
Sounds good.
We had a little dog now, Maria, a little liver and white pointer female. First off, the first pheasant that got up, it didn't mean anything to her. She didn't know that it was a game bird yet. So through Ronnie's coaching, she learned, oh, this is what we're hunting. This is the goal. And she really caught on fast.
Oh, she's got that one.
She's looking kind of towards you, Ted.
Ah. Nice shot, Rick.
Thank you.
We're on the board.
I had a perfect opportunity there. Thanks, Landis. Just keep that up, will you? Just kind of put it right in front of me.
Susanna Love, Ronnie's wife and partner, has opted not to hunt and is trailing the pack with a young yellow lab named Opie, who is anxious to go to work.
Well, my job in the field this go-around was to work with Opie, who is a young yellow lab. He belongs to our assistant trainer, Gabe Goddard. Opie has been used to being a South Texas rig dog, where he goes out there. He's called whenever they can't find a downed bird. He's called from the truck out to the field just to search for a dead bird. So we changed it up on Opie a little bit, changed the rules of the game, had him going in there and flushing, and we also had him going in for the retrieve as well. And I'm pretty proud of him. He did a good job. He had a big learning curve, and he excelled. Attaboy. Attaboy. Okay.
You got it, Ted. Good shot.
He was cold. He didn't want to get up.
We'll be right back with more from Americana Outdoors. Visit AmericanaOutdoors.com and register to win. We've got gear from our sponsors and we're giving it all away. We're also giving away fishing trips and hunts of a lifetime. Check out AmericanaOutdoors.com for all the details and deadlines.
Get lost in the hunt, not the wilderness. Hunt with Garmin.
The Bradley propane smoker runs on batteries, so I can set it up easily most anywhere. I no longer have to go to town to satisfy my sophisticated palate. Only problem is, I do get a little lonely. Well, if you like that, you're gonna love my apple smoked lamb tenderloin with a mint sauce and a rice pilaf. Marvelous with the Merlot. So, you from around here?
It's 200 streamlined horsepower of Yamaha forward thinking. The all-new F200 inline four-stroke. Whether you're an offshore angler, pontoon cruiser, bay boater, or walleye hunter, the responsive and fuel-efficient F200 combines amazing power and versatility in one incredibly compact and lightweight package. The all-new F200. Legendary Yamaha reliability and the freedom of forward thinking.
Unlike farmers, hunters usually only get to plow and plant their food plots on weekends. So the #1 complaint is that the plot didn't come up or the stand was thin. Delta Ag has developed a 3-step process that focuses on the soil, seed, and plant. And after many years of real-life situations, Delta Ag has found this concept to be a solid foundation to build crop performance from the ground up. For more information, visit our website at seedcoat.com or see your local dealer. This portion of Americana Outdoors is presented to you by Garmin. Follow the leader. By Cabela's, it's in your nature. And by Yamaha ATV, real world tough. Now, the legendary bird dog trainers Rick and Ronnie Smith have traveled with their blue ribbon bird dogs to the scenic Flint Oak hunting resort in southeastern Kansas for an upland bird hunt with Garmin Tritronics' Ted Gartner.
Nice shot.
There you go. Boy, that's nice. Is that fun to watch or what? Right there.
That's a lab in his element.
Let's go get another.
The weather is frosty on day 1 of the hunt, and it's been an adjustment for everyone out in the field, including the dogs.
I think a strong wind is probably the most difficult conditions to hunt in. It makes the birds a little bit restless, flighty. It also, if you have a dog that's running a pretty good race that is out there at a pretty good distance, it makes it harder to handle that dog. He can't hear you as well. Strong wind is just probably the most difficult conditions to hunt in.
I think the Alpha actually helped us out in that situation quite a bit because you may not be able to hear your dog very well in that high windy condition, even though they're maybe 20 or 30 yards away from you, but in high grass you can't hear them. With the Alpha, if they go on point in that tall grass, you've got them dead to rights, which is a pretty powerful tool.
Coming at you, Ted! Oh, nice shot! All right, now what are we going to do? Are you kidding me? What do we do now?
He does it really?
All the time.
Is that right?
Short hair doesn't
Ronnie?
climb a tree to get up
Ronnie?
there to it.
If you're any kind of trainer, you can solve that dilemma. I shot a pretty high bird. He came kind of tumbling down and landed in the V of a tree, probably 15, 20 feet up. We really didn't know what to do about that, but we used a 20 gauge persuasion to get him down, and he's in the freezer.
By golly, he did. Good shot.
That's how we do it in Kansas, boys.
Yeah, I'm sure of that. He's, God darn, he loves his job, doesn't he?
Nice work.
Calling to you, baby.
Over here. Over here.
Ronnie's wife and partner Susanna Love is also along for the ride with a yellow retrieving lab named Opie, who's having a great time adjusting to his new conditions.
Today I was working the lab, working on doing some flushing, getting some retrieves, and just schooling on a young dog and teaching him something new. He hadn't been able to be on pheasant, he hadn't been on shucker yet, so this was a new experience for him. And I tell you what, being out there with God's creatures in God's country, can't ask for any more.
Now, the Flint Hills are much more vast than the Smith dogs are used to running, but Ronnie and Susanna have peace of mind with the Garmin Alpha and E-collars.
We've got an area where we've got a big running dog, and we've got an area where we're wanting to keep the dog in tighter. So I went to momentary stimulation where I can make some corrections and keep him in here short. All I'm doing is I'm changing intensities. I was on a 3, and I've gone to a 4, and I was continuous, and I've gone to just a momentary. Just make some handling corrections for this situation that we're at right now.
An e-collar is probably the most important tool that we have when we're working with dogs, and to be a coach to our dogs. Not every stimulation is a correction. It can be a cue, you know, like a tone with Pro 500 or the Alpha. It's just a cue, hey, go with me this direction. And because of that diversity, because of that reliability, the Alpha, the Pro 500, all the Tritronics products are a part of our everyday life. We rely on them.
Back in the 60s, Dad worked with Tritronics in development of electric collars. I carried a Tritronics for over 25 years. Dealing with people that want to put out a product and stand behind that product and have a solid product, Ronnie and I want to be involved with. Be ready, Ted. Right there.
Good shot.
Excellent shot. He's running.
Yes. Send Opie, Suze.
No, he's up.
In comes the lab.
Good job, Opie.
Good dog.
Well, that's the best. Opie says, I love these
Right.
things.
When Americana Outdoors returns, Opie does some of his best bird work yet. If upland game birds are your passion, then you probably already know about the great selection of gear available at your local Cabela's retail store. But did you know you can also shop online and have everything delivered right to your front door? Find anything you need for a successful hunt at Cabela's.com.
It's for those who get up early on weekends and those who'd rather rough it than take it easy. It's for those who know it's not just a sport, but a way of life. The new Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system keeps food fresh up to 5 times longer with a rugged design and 12-volt adapter cord for easy use in the field, ensuring your game and fish is fresh when you need it. The Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system. Fielded fresh, sealed fresh.
Hunting isn't what we do, it's who we are. And the animals we hunt aren't the same as they were 1,000 years ago. They've evolved, they're smarter, but so are we. I believe that we as hunters must always strive to be better, and Stealth Cam makes me a better hunter. What do you believe?
Julie Golaski, Smith & Wesson Consumer Program Manager and World Champion Shooter.
Joe Zanetti, Smith & Wesson Finishing Specialist and lifelong hunter.
Jim Dalton, Smith & Wesson Master Gunsmith. I shoot competitively, and so does my son.
Our people, our products, our passion. Smith & Wesson.
This portion of Americana Outdoors is brought to you in part by Bradley Smoker, food smoking the easy way. By Nikon Sport Optics, binoculars, scopes, and rangefinders. And by Thompson Center Arms. We're in southeastern Kansas with Garmin Tritronics' Ted Gartner, who's hunting with the prominent bird dog trainers Rick and Ronnie Smith, and Ronnie's wife, Susanna Love. Now, after a great lunch at the Flint Oak Resort Lodge, they're headed back out into the icy cold weather for the afternoon hunt.
All right, we are back out in the afternoon. Had a nice, good meal, pheasant pot pie, and the warmth of the pheasant pot pie is wearing off. I didn't get a shoulder's worth of darn either.
Right there, that's a classic example why dogs are great conservation animals. If he doesn't catch him, the bird gets away. He's going to end up dying anyway, but he doesn't get collected. So, you know, we've got that bird where ordinarily if we hadn't had that dog or a dog, he gets away and he's lost.
Dog locked up on point, kind of along a roadside, and we started moving, and the bird had obviously started moving, so we kind of kept pushing the birds, kept pushing the bird, kept pushing the bird, about 100, 150 yards, and Landon said, guys, this bird's gonna run out of cover. And sure enough, we get to the end, and not one, but two roosters jump out.
See his head right here? Yeah. Two of them. Right there, guys. Oh! Still got some dog over there.
That's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of fun. It's not one I'm soon gonna forget. It was boom, boom, and I had two dead roosters on the ground. I bit my tongue to not hoop and holler a little bit, but I was pretty proud of it.
Bird flap. Like, really? I'm like, yeah, it really ain't the word.
Boy, that is nice, Susanna.
It's all about the dogs and the production that they do, because if they're not out here, we don't find birds. So the dogs get up and they like to work every day, so that makes me motivated to get up and want to work every day too, because they give 110%, so why don't I give 110%? And like I said, Ronnie and their dogs do 110%, so that's the reason them guys give 110%. And that's the whole part of the game, is get up every day and enjoy your job of being out here in the great outdoors, shooting birds and having fun and watching great dogs work. Right there, Ted.
He who hesitates loses.
Excellent.
Right in that tree.
Seuss? There's a bird.
There's one right here in front of me. Rick.
So, Ted.
Rick, I think you agree maybe we have like a do-over on that one?
Right, let's do that over.
Wow.
Someone throw some dead birds out there. I always start out hot. I can make some of the best shots anyone could ever make. But the longer I'm out there, the worse I get. And I know it's concentration. I'm still dealing with like I was 6 or 7 years old. I get to looking at the country, I get to watching the dogs, I get to visiting. And you know, to me, that's what I really enjoy. Whether I go out there and kill a limit of birds, I don't even care.
All right, so Rick, you're working the dogs this time around.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna leave the working to you, but I wanna see where they are. So what we'll do is I'll have you send your dog's code to me.
Okay.
Now I can either just track it or I can track and train it. I'm gonna let you do all the training and any sort of correction that needs to be done.
All right.
But this will at least let me see where the dog is. Rick was handling the dogs, and the nice thing about the Alpha though is that I kind of have a backseat function to how he's handling those dogs. What you can do is you compare two Alpha handhelds. And what that allows me to do is a couple different things. Number one, I can peer in on his dog, just look at where his dog is. I don't have to actually use any of the correction features. The other great functionality on the Alpha is that you can pair two handhelds together so you can sync up and track your hunting partner just like you can a dog. You can see where your partner is on the map. It's a great safety feature. You can even send text messages back and forth between one another.
Heads up. Ronnie, you got it. He's dead.
Nice shot, Ronnie.
Yep.
When Americana Outdoors returns, it's day 2 of the Upland Bird Hunt with the best bird dogs in the country. Garmin Electronics is more than just the leader in GPS technology. They're also leading the charge in electronic dog training. Build a better hunting dog with the Garmin Tritronics dog training technology. To learn more, visit Garmin.com.
At Amphibia, we've resolved to build a product that nobody else offers, using methods that nobody else is using, optimized for life on water and land. The choice of top bass fishing pros. Amphibia frames are designed to fit comfortably no matter how your face is shaped, to stay firmly in place through your most physical activities, and to float in water. Amphibia sunglasses are truly designed for life on the water.
The Bubba Blade is the ultimate sportsman's knife and carving machine. The Bubba Blade 9-inch Stiffy is fast becoming the preferred knife of the sportsman for carving up barbecue, big game, or anything else that needs cutting up. One cut and you're through. The safety guards help prevent your hand from slipping into the blade. The blade is made from high-carbon stainless steel for maximum sharpness, edge retention, and is razor sharp. The knife is Teflon coated, so the meat won't stick to the blade. The Bubba Blade is built like a tank and is made to hold up under the harshest of conditions. We start with full tang construction to give the knife balance and extra strength. The handle is extra large and is made from solid thermoplastic polymer, then wrapped in a special synthetic rubber that gets sticky when wet, so your hands don't slip off the handle. So check out our website at www.bubbablade.com and order your Bubba Blade today.
This is where 10 Point was born. Before there was a factory or a business plan, Rick Bednar and his dad Bill started this company with a shared focus. 10 Point remains the industry standard for quality and performance. Rick and his sons are making sure of that.
If I wouldn't shoulder it, we wouldn't build it.
10 Point crossbows. There is no substitute.
The distances aren't getting shorter. The trucks are going farther. The 2013 Ram 1500 with best-in-class fuel economy, engineered to move heaven and earth. Guts, glory, Ram. The new Ram 1500, Motor Trend's 2013 Truck of the Year.
This portion of Americana Outdoors is brought to you in part by Smith & Wesson, made in the USA since 1852. High-vis shooting systems. And by Do All Outdoors, field-tested and guide-rated gear. The sun has risen over the scenic Flint Hills of southeastern Kansas for day 2 of an upland bird hunt with some of the best bird dogs in the business. Rick and Ronnie Smith, renowned bird dog trainers, are here hunting with Garmin Tritronics' Ted Gartner.
We are gearing up. Morning number 2. It's a lot nicer out. Still a little chilly, which is probably good for the dogs, but a lot less wind. There's enough breeze that, to keep things interesting, but I'm gonna go out and see what we can stir up. Looking forward to hunting with Rick and Ronnie and Susanna again.
Ronnie's gonna run this dog, Cash. This is a Smith bred Brittany. We're gonna get him on some pheasant this morning. We're gonna have him out there as our pointing dog. And we'll bring Opie here along with us as well. And he's gonna go in for retrieves, and if we need him to, we'll send him in for some flushing work too. So we'll get these guys suited up and we'll get out there.
Shoot, boys.
What happened, Rick?
I thought I was wanting it to come your way, so I was waiting.
Well, that's mighty gentlemanly.
I am a gentleman.
The Brittany's that we have out there are very close to our hearts because Some of those dogs, I think you can trace back their lineage 14 generations with the Smiths, starting in the 1950s with Delmer Smith and Towsey, one of his first Brittany's. So we still have the same bloodlines, so we all have a lot invested in those dogs. So it was a treat to watch them up here.
Oh, there he goes!
Just right off that tree.
I don't think I can make her retrieve that far.
Did y'all see how far away I killed him?
That's impressive, Rick.
I think so too. Just right off that tree. We got a good mark on it.
Well, Rick and Ronnie are two of the most world-renowned bird dog trainers out there. I like to tell people that some kids grew up idolizing Michael Jordan or George Brett. Ronnie and Delmer Smith were kind of my idols. I've always really enjoyed and appreciated what they can do and the kind of bird dog that they can bring out, and getting to hunt with them was a real pleasure. They're not only great folks to be around, they're extremely knowledgeable about all breeds of bird dogs, and it was an absolute thrill to hunt behind.
This is a good hunt. They're good flying birds, good opportunities, great opportunities. The safety is what I really enjoyed. The professionalism of the dogs that Ronnie was running, and the guiding that Landon was doing. You could tell all of the dogs loved their job. They weren't made to do it, they were allowed to go do it.
I was very proud of the dogs that we brought and how they transitioned so quickly to a totally different type of hunting. They really transitioned very quickly, and it makes you proud as a trainer. And to the second thing is being able to be here with my cousin and my wife is very special. And then being associated with Garmin, you're proud to be on board.
Flint Oak is honored to hold the prestigious 5-star rating from the National Association of Shooting Ranges. With hunting, shooting, and fishing to be done in their pristine lodges with breathtaking views, Flint Oak is definitely a premier outdoor destination. To book your adventure to Flint Oak in the scenic Flint Hill of southeastern Kansas, visit flintoak.com or call 620-658-4401. AmericanaOutdoors.com is your online source for the outdoors. Stay on top of the latest news or catch up on your favorite episodes. You can also find Americana Outdoors on Facebook. Look us up and give us a like. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.